Hello friends, good morning everyone. So myself Mohsin Gohil, and today we will learn the chapter number 3, that is valuation of goodwill. Right now the weightage of this chapter is 7 marks. Right, in a MCQ, right, in the multiple choice question they will ask you two questions, two MCQ based on this chapter, right? Then 1 mark short question, right, one liners, and 4 marks practical, one practical question, right? So this chapter the weightage of this chapter is 7 marks in the board examination. Right now you learn the meaning of goodwill in the 11th standard, right? That goodwill is an intangible asset, right? That kind of meaning you learn in the 11th standard, but in the 12th standard you have to calculate the value of goodwill. Right, in the 11th you did not calculate the value of goodwill, you just understand the meaning of goodwill, but here in this chapter we will calculate the value of goodwill. Now you may have question in your mind that what is goodwill, right? So goodwill indicates what prestige, or you can say brand of any business, right? Let's take example. There is one of the famous bakery, that is New York bakery in my area. You know, there are n number of the customers visited the bakery every day. Now if I want to purchase that New York bakery, right, so suppose that total assets of that New York bakery is 5 crore total assets. Now I am ready to buy that New York bakery by paying the 5 crore rupees, but that owner of the New York bakery demanding 6 crore rupees. What? He demand 6 crore rupees. I said, why your total asset is 5 crore, I am ready to give you the 5 crore rupees, why you demanding more? So he said, okay sir, we have the customers, we have a trustworthy customers, and we have we have the market, we have brand. So once you buy my business, you did not find the customers. The customer with the name of the name of the New York bakery, customer will come automatically. So for that brand you have to pay us extra, what? Extra 1 crore. Extra 1 crore. So that is what? Value of goodwill. It shows the brand, it shows the value of the business, right? Now in this chapter we will calculate the goodwill, right? And there are 4 methods to calculate the value of goodwill. The first one is simple average method. Second one is weighted average method, right? Third one is super profit method, and fourth one is capitalization of profit method. So these are the 4 methods we will study in this chapter, and based on this method you may have one question in exam which is of 4 marks, right? And as well as MCQ can also come based on this method. So we have to understand this all four method in detail, and we will calculate the question based on this. Right? Now simple average method, the name is simple average method, right? तो मेथड भी उतनी ही सिंपल है, तो सिंपल एवरेज मेथड, right? Now by using the simple average method, we will calculate the value of goodwill in the two steps. The step number 1 is finding or calculation of average profit, right? Step number 2, value of goodwill. Goodwill is equal to average profit into number of years of purchase. Now you would be think, sir, what is number of year of purchase? So if I purchase that New York bakery business, right? So he has to, the owner has to come, the right now the level now you will think, sir, what is number of year of purchase? So number of year of purchase is very simple कि वो न्यूयॉर्क बेकरी ने बराबर 5 साल लगा दिए वो लेवल तक पहुंचने के लिए, अपना बिजनेस को सेट करने के लिए, और वहां से मैं बिजनेस परचेज कर रहा हूं. सो वो अगर मैं इनिशियली स्टार्ट करता बिजनेस तो मुझे भी इतने 5 साल लगते हैं पहुंचने में बराबर वो लेवल तक. तो दैट इज द नंबर ऑफ ईयर ऑफ परचेज. मैं कितने साल का उसका बिजनेस खरीद रहा हूं, तो दैट इज नंबर ऑफ ईयर ऑफ परचेज. एंड डोंट वरी, इट इज ऑलरेडी गिवन इन द क्वेश्चंस. You need not worry about the number of year of purchase. You need not find the number of year of purchase in the question. It is already given in the questions, right? So by these two steps, we can find value of goodwill by simple average method, right? Now I will take one hypothetical example to give you more clarity. Suppose this is year 2000, 2001, 2002 and 2003, and the profit is given, let's suppose 10,000, then after 5,000, right, then after 15,000 and 10,000, right? Now we will calculate the value of goodwill by simple average method. Now you supposed to follow these two steps. The step number 1, calculation of average profit, right? Now how would we calculate the average profit? So there is formula. Average profit is equal to total profit divided by number of years. The same as calculating of mean, sigma x upon n. So same manner here we will calculate, right? So what is total profit? The total profit would come 40,000, right? So here we will write 40,000, and what is number of years? So 1, 2, 3, 4. So divided by 4. So what is my average profit? 10,000. Simple. This is my step number 1. Now what is my step number 2? Goodwill. So goodwill is equal to average profit into number of years of purchase, right? Now let's assume here number of year of purchase is 3 years. Let's assume number of years of purchase is 3 years, right? So 10,000 my average profit into number of year of purchase 3. So what is my goodwill? 30,000. Simple. Yes, this is simple, extremely simple. You can see this kind of question can be asked in the board examination and you will get 4 marks for these 2 steps, right? So ये कॉपी कर लेना आप लोग वीडियो पॉज करके. Now let's take one example of your textbook. Question number 4. From the following information of Bhavesh and Vipul's firm, compute the value of goodwill on the basis of 4 years purchase of last 5 years. Information of last 5 years profit as under. Right? You can see we have to calculate the value of goodwill by average profit method. Right? So you know the 2 steps. Step number 1, what? Average profit. We have to find what? Average profit. Now what is the formula for that? Total profit divided by number of years. So what is total profit? Calculate 1 lakh plus 1 lakh 10,000, 1 lakh 80,000, 2 lakhs and 1 lakh 50,000. What is total of the profit? So total profit would come 7,40,000. And what are the number of years? 5 years. So 1,48,000. This is my average profit. So average profit would come 1,48,000. Now goodwill. So goodwill formula, average profit into number of years of purchase. So 1,48,000 into number of years of purchase. So 4 years is given, so we will multiply it by 4. Question number 5. The Mahendra and the Praveen are the partners of the firm sharing profit and loss in the ratio 3:2 and they want to change their profit and loss sharing ratio to 1:1. Therefore, they decided to make the valuation of goodwill. As per the partnership agreement, the value of goodwill to be determined on the basis of 5 years purchase of last 4 years. You can see the year is given and the profit is given. Right? Now, again we are supposed to follow the 2 steps. The step number 1 is what? Calculation of average profit. Now what is average profit? You know, total profit divided by number of years. Right? Now here how can we find the total profit? So you can see this is 60,000 plus 80,000 plus and the 20,000 value given in bracket. So it indicates what? Loss. And this is 30,000 plus. So we will first take into consideration positive value and then from the positive value we will deduct the negative value. So 80, 1,40,000, 1,40,000 and 1,70,000. तो आएगा 1,50,000 एंड नंबर ऑफ ईयर्स कितने हैं? 4. right? So 1,50,000 divided by 4, right? So 37,500 would be my average profit. Now step number 2, calculation of goodwill. So goodwill, average profit into number of years, right? So 37,500 into number of years of purchase, right? As I told earlier, it is always given in the question. So on the basis of 5 years purchase, so you can say 5 years purchase is given. So 37,500 into 5. into 5. So it would become a 1,87,500, and this is your value of goodwill. So simple. Did you understand this? Right? If you are not able to understand, then watch the video again, so you will understand the concept. It's a very simple one, right? Now this is all about the simple average method, right? इससे बाहर कुछ नहीं आएगा सिंपल एवरेज मेथड के अंदर. So these are the questions which can be asked on the basis of simple average method. Now second method is weighted average profit method. Now here also we supposed to follow 2 steps. The step number 1, that is calculation of weighted average profit. Weighted average profit. The formula for the same, total weighted profit divided by total weight, right? Simple. So this is your step number 1, and step number 2 is goodwill, which is weighted average profit, weighted average profit into number of years of purchase, right? So you supposed to follow these 2 steps to get the value of goodwill by weighted average profit method. Now we will solve some question based on this method. Question number 6 from your textbook. From the following information, find out the weighted average profit year, and the profit is given. So you can see only weighted average profit we have to find. They did not ask to find goodwill, so we will find only weighted average profit. So first of all, you have to copy these 2 columns like this, year and profit. You have to write vertically here 2013-14, this is 14-15, 15-16 and 16-17. Profit 60,000, 70,000, 90,000 and 1,10,000. Now you have to prepare 2 additional columns. One is weight and fourth one is weighted profit. So here I will take weight as 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Always take 1, 2, 3, 4. Assume this. If it is 5 years, then next number would be your 5, right? Now weighted profit means 60,000 into 1, 70,000 into 2. So 60,000 into 1, it would become 60,000. This would become 1,40,000. This would become 2,70,000. This would become 4,40,000, right? Now take the total of this. So this would become total weighted profit, right? So this would become what? 9,10,000, and this is our total weight. So this will become 10. Now what is weighted average profit? Weighted average profit is equal to total weighted profit divided by total weight, right? So 9,10,000 divided by 10, so it would become 91,000 your profit. And always spread the habit of answer always be in the box. Your final answer must be in box. It's good impression, right? now let's let us take one full-fledged examples based on the weighted average profit. So from the following information of Babulal and Kantilal, determine the value of goodwill on the basis of 3 years purchase of last 5 years weighted average profit. So here they clearly mention in the question that calculate the value of goodwill on the basis of a weighted average profit method. So we have to follow the 2 steps, right? So first we will find out weighted average profit, and then we find goodwill. So here 12, 13, right? First we have to copy this 14, 15, 15, 16 and 16, 17, right? Here profit is given, so 40,000, 60,000, 75,000, 90,000 and 1,20,000, right? Here I will take weight as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and here weighted profit. So 40,000 into 1, 40,000, 60,000 into 2, 1,20,000, then 75,000 into 3, 2,25,000, 90,000 into 4, 3,60,000, and 1,20,000 into 5, 6 lakhs. Now take the total of this, right? Total weighted profit. So total weighted profit 13,45,000, and here total weight would be 15, right? So step number 1, our weighted average profit. So total weighted profit divided by total weight. So 13 lakh 45,000 divided by 15. So this would become 89,666.67, right? So I will just rounding off this. So 89,667. ठीक है, राउंड ऑफ करना है आपको. Now second step is my goodwill. So weighted profit 89,667 into number of year of purchase, which is already given in the question, that is 3 years. So multiply by 3, you will get the value of goodwill. So 2,69,000 would be the value of goodwill, right? So this is the question based on the weighted average profit method. इससे बाहर कुछ नहीं आएगा, guarantee. Now one thing that you must note that, look at the profit train. Did you see the train of the profit? You can see it is increasing, right? It is on increasing trend. In the previous question also that we solved it, 60,000, 70,000, 90,000 and 1,10,000. That means it is on increasing trend. So whenever the trend is given, whether increasing or decreasing, you must go for what? Weighted average profit, right? Always, and note बना लेना इसकी कि whenever the trend is given, always follow weighted average profit method, right? Sometimes they will provide you the questions and they will ask you to use the appropriate method. So if profit is given on increasing trend or decreasing trend, or you can say trend is given, or you can identify the trend, then always follow weighted average profit method. And in the average profit method, you can see, you just see, look, the 60,000, 80,000, 20,000, 30,000, that means mixed trend is given. Sometimes profit is increasing, then after is decreasing. So in the when there is a no trend, we will follow average profit method, and when there is a specific trend increasing or decreasing, we will follow weighted average profit method, right? Now out of the 4 methods, we understood the 2 methods. Now remaining 2 methods, which are extremely important, we will see in the lecture number 2. Okay, तब तक के लिए bye, all of you, take care. Okay friends, so today we will learn the third method, that is super profit method. Now you can see the name itself is super profit. So you might think, what is super profit? Now for that I would like to give you one example. Suppose there are 3 tuition class, A, B and C, right? Now every tuition class invests 1 lakh rupees as capital in their business, right? Or 1 lakh rupees. Now that A is earned 10,000 by investing 1 lakh, B also earned 10,000 by investing 1 lakh, and C earned 20,000 by investing 1 lakh. So that is what the normal rate of return is 10%, right? If you invest 1 lakh rupees in the tuition class business, the normal rate of return, that means market rate of return, normal rate of return is 10%, or you can also say expected rate of return, right? Expected rate of return is also 10%. But here you can see the C is earning 20,000, that means he earned 20%. That class earned 20%. It means he has some skills or some value. That is why he able to earn above the normal rate of return or expected return of rate of return. So, right? So because of the value or brand of the class C, that class earn more than 10,000. That means additional 10,000 he earn. Right? You can say here A and B is earning only 10,000, but C is earning 20,000. That means the 10,000 he is earning extra because of what? Brand, because of its value. So that 10,000 is nothing but a super profit, right? So now let us understand how to calculate the value of goodwill by super profit method. So we are just follow some steps. The step number 1, listen me carefully. Step number 1, that calculation of average profit or weighted average profit if trend is given. Right? So whenever the trend is given, that means the profit is increasing or decreasing. So then in that case we will find the weighted average profit. And if the mixed trend is given, that means profit is increasing, decreasing, then in that case we will find average profit. Now step number 2 is capital employed, or you can say the other name is net asset. Right? In the step number 2 we have to find capital employed or net assets. Now in some question this capital employed or net asset value is readily available, but in some question we have to find. So how can we find? So in the question they will give you assets, total assets, and you have to, out of the total asset you have to deduct liabilities. So you will get what? Capital employed, or other name is what? Net assets. Right? Now step number 3. Step number 3 is expected profit. What? You have to find expected profit, and there is a formula for the same. Capital employed or net assets, both are the same, into expected rate of return. Right? This is also known as normal profit. Right? इसको normal profit भी बोला जाता है. And this expected rate of return would also known as return as normal rate of return. Right? So this is my third step. Now step number 4. Now step number 4 is calculation of super profit. So super profit is equal to average profit, or you can say weighted profit, weighted average profit minus this step number 3. मतलब in short super profit minus expected profit or normal profit. In short, the super profit is step number 1. Step number what? I think yes, step number 1 minus step number 3. This is your super profit. And the last step is step number 5, that is calculation of goodwill. So here super profit into number of years of purchase, which will given in the question. So this is in the by following these 5 steps, you can find the value of goodwill according to the super profit method, right? This method is extremely important. 4 marks of goodwill question can be expected from this method, right? Now let us understand one practical questions, right, so that it gives you more clarity. So let us understand one practical questions so that it gives you more clarity, right? Whatever the doubts, that doubts can be cleared, right? Now question number 12. The Rajesh and Harish are the partners of a partnership firm. On the basis of that partnership firm's profit and other information, determine the value of goodwill on the basis of 2 years purchase of super profit, right? So here you can see we have to find the value of goodwill on the basis of 2 years purchase of super profit. So it is indicate that we have to find the value of goodwill by super profit method. The capital employed is given, expected rate of given, and the previous year profit is given. You can see 1,20,000, 90,000 and 50,000. So we first, so step number 1, right, calculation of average profit, right? Here we will find average profit. You can see the 1,20,000 profit, then it is decreased, then it is increased. So mixed trend is given, so no specific trend is given. So we are here in this case we will find the average profit. If the profit is increasing trend, but it is goes on increasing, then we will find out weighted average profit method, right? But here we have to find only average profit. So 1,20,000 plus 90,000 plus 1,50,000, right, divided by 3. So if you take the total 3,60,000 divided by 3, so 1,20,000 is my what? Average profit. So now step number 1 complete. Step number 2, what? Capital employed. We have to find capital employed, but it is ready, it is given in the question. So capital employed, right, 8 lakhs. So given in the question. Now step number 3, that we have to find what? Expected profit. So what is the formula of expected profit? I have just discussed the formula, that capital employed into expected rate of return, right? So what is my capital employed? It is given 8 lakhs. What is my expected rate of return? It is 12%. So 12%. So if you use the calculator, you will get 96,000 as your expected profit. Now in the step number 4, we have to find what? Super profit, right? So what is super profit? मैंने अभी बताया था कि step number 1 minus step number 3, that means average profit minus expected profit, right? So 1,20,000 is my average profit, expected profit 96,000, so super profit is 24,000. Now what is step number 5? That is value of goodwill. So formula is super profit, right, into number of years of purchase, right? So 24,000 into 2, number of year of purchase is given 2 years, so 48,000 is my value of goodwill. Right, you can see these are very simple questions and it can be asked for the 4 marks, right? In the exam, ask such type of questions, extremely important one. Now, okay, so this is the that we have just solved the question on the basis of super profit method, right? Now we will see the next topic, that is capitalization profit method. Hello friends, कैसे हो आप सब? I hope you all are doing good. So in the goodwill, till the date we have completed the 3 matters of goodwill. First is average method, average profit method. Second is weighted average profit method. Third is super profit method. And now today we will learn 4th method, that is capitalize average profit method, right? This method is student find it difficult, but this is really simple method. If you understand the super profit method, then this is a really simple method. Now you know the share market, right? You know that if you invest money in the share market, so after some time the market value of that stocks, it is increasing. Let's take one example. Suppose you have 1 lakh rupees. You have 1 lakh rupees and you invest this 1 lakh rupees in the share market, right? Now if you choose the good stocks, right, so this 1 lakh could be after some time, after 1 month or 2 months, depend on the market situation, it could become 1,50,000, right? 1 lakh it become what? 1,50,000, right? So what is the capital appreciation? What is the capital appreciation? You will get 50,000 rupees, right? Your money is increased by 50,000, so this is what gain, right? Now same concept is we will apply in the capitalized average profit method. In the business, in the business you invest 1 lakh rupees, and after some time it become 1,50,000. So that 50,000, that is 50,000, it is your goodwill. It is your goodwill, right? The same concept will apply in the capitalized profit method, right? So this 1 lakh will known as capital your employed. You invest in your business, this is your capital employed, and this 1,50,000, it is your capitalized this is your capitalized profit. So 50,000 is your goodwill, right? Now let us understand this with the step. Now in the step number 1, you have to find, right, average profit or weighted average profit, right? Weighted average profit depend on the circumstances or situation. If the profit trend is mixed, that means profit is sometimes increasing, then after decreasing, then we will find the average profit. And if the trend is fixed, for example, your profit is increasing year by year or decreasing year by year, so we will use the weighted average profit method, right? Now step number 2, that finding the net asset or capital employed, right? You know how to find the net asset, right? We already discussed this in the super profit method, that asset minus liability, that is your net assets, and capital employed is the another name of the net asset only. Sometimes is readily available in the question, sometimes you have to find it. Now step number 3 is your calculation of capitalized average profit or weighted average profit, right? And step number 4, goodwill. And what is the value of goodwill? That is capitalized profit. In short, step number 3 minus step number 1, this will give you the value of your goodwill. So in the first step you will find the value of goodwill by capitalized average profit method, right? I hope these 4 steps, you understand this, you understood these 4 steps. Now if you are not able to understand, then again pause, again you can go back and again see my video, so you will understand this, right? So these are the 4 steps you have to follow while calculating the goodwill according to the capitalized method, capitalized weighted average profit method or average profit method. Now let us see one practical example based on that, so that whatever your doubt will be clear. Now question number 10. Now from the following information of Nairutya and Rutvik firms, determine the value of goodwill from the basis of capitalization of weighted average profit, right? Which method? Weighted average profit method. So underline this, weighted average profit method, right? Now you can see here, and profit is given, business information is given, so you can see the profit is increasing year by year. So our step number 1 will be what? Step number 1 will be calculation of what? Weighted average profit. Right? So how would we find the weighted average profit? So we have to prepare year and profit. Let's prepare year, profit, then after weight and weighted profit, right? This already we studied in the second method, weighted average profit method, right? No, there is nothing new. So 12-13 is the year, then after 13-14, and after 14-15, 15-16 and 16-17, right? Now profit is given, you have to write the correct profit, don't make the mistakes, otherwise you will be run out, right? You have to very accurately write all the information. 45,000, then after what? 50,000, then after 65,000, right? Then after 75,000 and 90,000, right? Now we will take weight as a 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now use the calculator for the calculations. So 45,000 into 145,000, this would become 1 lakh. This would become 95,000, sorry. This would become 3 lakh. This would become 4,50,000. So what is now? Take the total of weight and weighted profit. So this will become 15. This is my sigma W. 15 not sigma W, just write as only 50, and the total of this 7,50,000 . So this will become 10,90,000, right? Now you know how to find weighted average profit. So 10,90,000 weighted average profit is equal to 10,90,000, that means total weighted profit divided by 15. So this will become 72,066.67. So हम इसको राउंड ऑफ कर देते हैं. So 72,667, right? So that our calculation will become easier. So this is my 72,667 is my weighted average profit. Now what is step number 2? Just remember step number 2. It is what? Net asset. We have to find net assets, and how would we find net assets? It is asset minus liabilities. Simple. It is asset minus liabilities. So asset is my total array 6 lakhs and 1,70,000 is my liability. So just simply deduct it. What we will get? So we will get 4,30,000. So 4,30,000 is my net asset, right? This is my step number 2. Now what is my step number 3? Step number 3 is capitalize of weighted average profit. Now what is my weighted average profit? It is 72,667, right? And what is my normal rate of return? It is 10%. So we will simply divide it by the 10%. So what is the value you will get? 7,26,670 you will get, right? 72,667 divided by 10%. Now step number 4 is my what? Goodwill. So what is the value of goodwill? Step number 3 minus step number 4. Step number 3 minus step number 1. Sorry, not step number 2, right? So what is my step number 3? It is 7,26,670. And what is my capital employed? 4,30,000. So what is the difference between these two? This will become 2,96,670. This is my what? Value of goodwill, right? So this is the answer. Simple. And this could be asked for 4 marks in the board examination, right? In the section D, 2 questions will be asked from the goodwill for 4 marks. Well, 8 marks, 2 practical questions are there. Okay, this is a simple calculations, right? What do you understand by this? This your 4,30,000 is become what? 7,26,000. Your capital, you invested 4,30,000 in the business, and it would become 7,26,670. So that is the goodwill is 2,96,670 rupees, right? So this is the calculations based on capitalize of average profit method or weighted average profit method, right? Okay.